Joy News Prime.
In this edition of Joy News Prime, 23 soldiers arrested in connection with shooting at Millennium City at Kaswa, which we now know resulted in one death. The chief of the area, meanwhile, is warning of reprisal attacks over the incident. 2 persons reported dead in Koforidua after they were struck by a musketry fired during a traditional festival. GMPC sources now say first megawatts of electricity from Turkish power barges to ease energy crisis should become available in November, as it confirms delay in its arrival.
And in business tonight, more institutions and businesses indebted to the Electricity Company of Ghana to be disconnected as ECG commences the next phase of its exercise in the Volta region to retrieve some 3,600,000 Ghana cedis.
Etonam say will be here with a business in 30 minutes, but also in the bulletin, Volta region family with 6 hermaphrodite children opens up so they could get help to correct an anomaly that's slowly eating them up. And then we have sport, entertainment, your social media comments where we get interactive, and international news. Your full bouquet news package is airborne. My name is Israel. Stay tuned. Now, very first story, military police have arrested and detained 23 soldiers in connection with the shooting incident which resulted in the death of 1 man at Millennium City at Kaswa, near Accra. 3 others were seriously injured in the shooting, which has been linked to clashes over a land dispute. The chief of the area is warning of possible reprisals if nothing is done to bring the perpetrators to book.
Oh, what is going on in the unknown? We have a picture of this Kofi Asman driving the police car, and all what he's doing on a clip, we deposited there, myself and my elders, there. And so it's there. It's in the police headquarters. All this information are there. They know it. But the man is still here doing what he wants to do, to the extent of now killing. So what do? We have no arms. We are now helpless. So we are calling on the government to intervene. That's why the fact that the court is there. The court is delaying our case, and he is getting the upper hand to do whatever he is doing. Now people are dying. People are dying. The children there or the people in the bush are not my children. They are not my kids from my own womb. They can choose to rebel any time without even telling me. So if this should happen, just imagine what will happen in the bush. Today you kill somebody, the next day they will not sit down to come and kill another person. So he should sit down properly. I am here. I'm a helpless man with my elders. But I'll come to remember all this time. Despite the fact that the military are coming in. The military are human beings. One day they will pull all the uniform down. They will become civilians like us. So we are praying.
Now, Fred Smith also spoke to Christopher Dake of the Millennium City Police, who says everything has been done to bring the perpetrators to book.
What happened, say, Mr. Asma brought soldiers to the site and they fired those guys. So quickly, looking at their condition, I've asked that they should be sent to the hospital. Then I asked one of the 2 of my detectives with a police driver to accompany them to Kolebu, which they did. So quickly organized myself and my men, we went to the site, and behold, it's unbelievable. Soldiers, number about 23, led by 1 WO2 Okun. So I confronted them to know their mission. They said they were coming from Southern Command, and their commander is aware of their coming here. But looking at the time, so I quickly ordered that the operation that they are doing, they should stop it. Then within a twinkle of an eye, my command from Cape Coast with another troop, also from Kaswa, they all arrived. So we marched them to the police station. Initially, they were not willing to come to the police station. They drove straight to Mr. Asman's office, which I followed them. And for some few minutes later, they came to inform me that for them they finished, so they are going. I said they cannot go. So I quickly used my vehicle to cross their path. Then I called my regional commander, the 2 I see, who was there on the ground. He came, and at long last, we were able to bring them to the police station for interrogation. That's what happened yesterday.
So far, do you know how many people died or who got injured?
Yeah, so far 4 people got injured. Unfortunately, this morning we had information that one of them have passed away.
One of the
4.
I see. For those who are injured and are still at the hospital, what's their condition?
They were treated and discharged, but I learned one today has to do some X-ray, so he's gone.
I see. What's happening to these alleged military men who came here, those who undertook this exercise? Were they arrested?
Yes, they were interrogated yesterday by my regional commander at 2IC. And, you know, you have a process of doing certain things, especially dealing with some organizations. So we are on the process to get them for their statement. This morning, the military intelligence were here for 1 or 2 reasons, and I believe they will be called to book.
Joining us is Fred Smith, was in the community today, and he joins me in the studio with more on the story. Good evening to you, Fred. Now, have we been able to establish the identity of this young man who died yesterday from the gunshot?
Yes, we know. The police have confirmed to us that he's an aluminium door fabricator in the community. His parents live somewhere at Abekan La Paz. They intend to inform the family before they come public with the name, even though we know it's difficult to put it out because the police are yet to inform the family.
Now, how about the residents? Have you been there? Have you been speaking to them? How do they feel about this whole incident, this episode?
Well, they have been to the court. They didn't get help. They've petitioned the Chief Justice. They're not getting help. They've petitioned the IGP. They're not getting help. They've petitioned the presidency. They're not getting help. And so they think that the system is not helpful to them. They want to protect themselves. Until they do that, they won't be able to, they won't have peace in the community. And they talked about the community, the soldiers who came there, the fact that someone had given them a property that they had already bought. They find that very unfair to them, and so they are scared. Another issue too is that the police station where they would send their complaints or concerns to was built by the same person who they claim is terrorizing them, the chief executive of 21st Century Construction Limited. He built it, and on the land that this station is built is part of those that is in dispute. So they think that the chief executive of 21st Millennium Company is actually in bed with the police, and therefore nobody can touch him. According to him, even though the land is in dispute, the IGP and other government officials were there to commission this police station without raising any concern about that. So they just feel that the society is just neglected them, and they should take.
Now, you spoke to the chief earlier, who's warning that there could be reprisal attacks. Do you think the news that they have detained these military people would help, ease the tension in the area at all?
Well, just this evening, we're getting information from the military high command that, contrary to what the police in Nyanyano told us, they have not detained the 23 officers. They are rather investigating them. I was at Nyanyano this morning. I saw the 2 investigators from the military police, myself, and I was there when they told the police commander that the men have been detained, because the police commander was asking that they release those men to him for further interrogation. So what the police is doing now is that they are writing to the military to ask them to release these men, and per the rules that exist between security agencies, there's a procedure, and they have to send this notification to them for them to do the release.
All right. So we have that statement, and we're going to be sharing that statement from the military with you in a bit. But thank you very much for Fred Smith for joining us and sharing all the details that you have on Joy News Prime.
Welcome.
Now, almost every family has one secret or another, but how does a family hold on to a secret that has to do with the identity of 6 out of 8 of its members. For the Aklaku family in a town in the Volta region, which shall remain unnamed for now, the secret they've been keeping for more than 20 years has to do with something we mostly take for granted: gender. 6 of the 8 children are hermaphrodites, which means each of them has both male and female sex organs. In an attempt to get help for their children, the family opened up to Joy News' Emefa Etiamwa Eli about how this secret has been weighing heavily on their quality of life.
I don't feel comfortable in my life because this situation, I don't know it is from the evil or it is the punishment from our ancestors.
I was overwhelmed with grief all of a sudden because the news about me having a baby girl had already spread in the village.
Okay, sometimes I feel that why us? Sometimes I blame God. I ask myself, how does this happen to my brothers?
It's great when love of agony, a lot of problem in my house, heart attack, and the future of the children, how it should be after my death if I am not transfer them into one unit of two masculine gender. That is the main problem ahead of me.
So how can this family be helped? Medical Superintendent of the Dodowa District Hospital says a hermaphrodite condition can be fixed, but at great cost, which the Akwaku family cannot afford.
The bladder is here, then the urine passes this way, and then comes out. In that person's case, this hole that you are seeing, this tube, did not continue into the end of the penis.
No.
It just opened somewhere there. In between, like that of a woman. Such conditions, usually, if you toe the line of the female sex,
it's easier.
Yes, because those congenital testicular tissues, those things that are testicles, but they are tiny there, they are removed. You understand? And then the penis, the penis is kind of amputated. And then you have a clear-looking vagina now.
That would be a big challenge, you know. Like I was explaining to you, the community, everybody knows them as boys. Everybody knows that this is a man. And if by advice, medical advice, they should go by your decision, or they should toe the line of a female if it should come to that. How are they going to deal with that?
So that is a socio-cultural implication I was talking of, that it becomes difficult to handle.
You're watching Joy News Prime here on Joy News on Multi TV. We're taking a break. We have more stories coming up. Don't go away.